Tom Turagit is a social enterprise company. We set up this company about 9 years ago. In the first 7 years, we train farmers to grow food for themselves first. So they need to grow a lot, grow what they want to eat. Leftover, they can send to us. In 9 years, we have trained more than 20,000 farmers. Now, there are many of them start to grow enough for themselves and they have more left over. They cannot eat them all, even they grow very small area, but they cannot eat them all. It's including fishermen. There's a lot of small fishermen group around Thailand. They will learn from us. Then they start to do fishing in the sustainable way. They don't catch everything. Like this is Mr. Gout. He is one of the member of our group who is the leader of fishermen group in the east of Thailand. They form a small group. They start a crabs bank. So when they catch crabs from the ocean, if the crabs have eggs at the bottom, so they will bring all the crab with egg to this center and then let them lay the eggs in the bucket first, and after that they will nurse the baby crabs in big tanks until they grow big enough. They will bring the baby crabs to release in the ocean. With this technique, they have been doing this technique for many years, and then what happened after that is they have more crabs in the ocean. They can catch for a long time. In the same time, they make a house for fish like this coconut leaves and bamboo. They will tie the stone or anything heavy to the end of the coconut leaves and bamboo and sink them in the ocean. It will be a place where many fish will live around. It will be good protection for them, and then it will create more food for them around that area, so they can catch fish easily. They don't need to go very far away. This technique help them to propagate more fish around their area. They plant mangroves along the seashore, so the fish and animal can lay eggs and nurse their baby in the safe place. In the same time, they plant some sea grass, and then it will be the food for dugong. So we want to support this farmer, this fisherman. So we open restaurants in Bangkok. 3 months ago, we opened one restaurant in Bangkok. We call Jakajon restaurant. And then the last week, we just opened another restaurant in Bangkok to support this farmer. So when they caught fish, fresh fish from the ocean, we just freeze them and bring them to Bangkok immediately. Because of the member of the company, the people who bought the share of the company, more than half of them live in Bangkok. So this is the way we try to connect farmer and consumer together, because we think in the past we were disconnected completely. Farmer and consumer don't know each other. So when we don't know each other, farmer will grow vegetable, grow food. They can add whatever in there. They add chemical, add hormone, add anything in there, because they don't care, they don't know. And the consumer, they just buy whatever cheap and look nice. They don't care. But the problem is we have health problem. We have environmental problem. So this is what we don't want to have. Everybody work hard. We make money very hard. And when we want to buy good food for our life, that's why we want to reconnect it, farmer and consumer again. So for people who like cooking, they can come to shop at our small supermarket here. But for people who don't like cooking, they just come and order our food to eat here. We have many different kind of food. All the food that we have here, we can explain where each ingredient come from. We don't use MSG. We don't use preservative. We don't use artificial flavor or smell or anything. We use the real natural food because we think food is life. Life is the most important. So food have to be good for everybody. That's why we try to explain to customer that all the ingredient, where is it come from. So it's important to know where is it come from and how to grow them, how to cook them before we eat, because it will be our body, our life. So we have different kind of food here. We have Thai food and Western food. In the first restaurant, mainly it will be Thai food. But in the second restaurant here, it will be Thai food and Western food, because we have our new chef who specialists in Italian food. So they are very good about making pasta and pizza, different kind of pasta with seafood. And sometimes we have pumpkin pasta. It's very incredible. I haven't eaten it anywhere before, but when I taste it, I just love it. Everything here is good. It's the real taste of the food. Especially pizza here is so different from pizza that we order from the big company, from multinational company. But the food here is real food. It's worth it to taste the real food, because normally when we eat pizza, it's full of MSG in the crust. That's why we feel so thirsty after eating normal food. But here, the taste is so different. Our restaurant is not finished yet, but we have to open. So on the second floor, the third floor, the fifth floor, we're still painting. All the paint that we use in our restaurant, we use clay paint. So it's no harmful to anybody. It's good for environment, good for everybody. We don't have information about ทำธุรกิจ company or ยักษ์กระโจน restaurant in English yet, because we just opened it not very long. And then another thing is our idea, we want to have good food for ourselves first, and whenever we have leftover, we can think about export later. We have to eat first. We should not hungry and export. That's not the way we want to be. If you live in Thailand, if you want to come visit us, you need direction. You can search for the name on top of this.